Hello, Outbrain. This is Josh Krafchin, and I'm about to Zebo your conversion funnel. Conversion funnel starts in Google search. This is 2013, people, about to be 2014. So let's start here. Hey, first thing that popped out at me, look at your little logo here. It looks like it's pixelated. I think there was something going on in the translation process. Otherwise, I think everything looks more or less good. I like Outbrain. And then what is Outbrain? Case studies. That's nice that you're getting us the case studies. I would point out that the latest one is June 10, 2013. So just want to make sure, is this what you guys want in terms of that case study? Oh, you can see I visited this 2 times. That's because I submitted a case study to you guys, and I'm so excited for you to publish it. But yeah, so things are looking good here. I did notice one thing though, that when I went to your homepage, and we'll go look at the homepage in a second, obviously, title tag is Outbrain. I'm assuming that's because you really want this to be your brand play. So then I was clicking around and I was thinking, oh, well, maybe you're actually going after more specific search terms elsewhere. So we look at, for example, what is Outbrain, and we see the term content discovery. And I look at my page source and I see that my title tag is what is Outbrain, and then Outbrain. And I was just thinking to myself, well, if content discovery is really important, it seems you guys talk a lot about content and discovery and discover and things like that. I know you also use the word engage. I just wonder, shouldn't those words maybe be somewhere in the homepage in a coherent way, probably put them in the title tag? But hey, just an idea. Let's get back to the conversion funnel. That's the real point. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. That, yeah, if you just look at content discovery, you guys aren't showing up anywhere here. I bet if you were to go and throw content discovery in the title tag on what is Outbrain or on the homepage, you'd probably go and place here. Maybe that's not important. You tell me. Next thing is I wanted to just take a look at Quora. Honestly, I think we're moving into a world where Q&A sites are just as important as search, and Quora has really supplanted pretty much everyone else. Yahoo's nowhere even near in terms of usefulness. It's because of the incredible conversations that happen. I noticed that you guys, Tim, you're doing a good job over here, man, because you're answering questions. Only word to the wise is you come down here. 4th question is, what is the average Outbrain's CTR for marketers? And admittedly, a little typo grammar thing going on, but 0 answers. And that seems like that's a pretty good question. Now, you guys may not want to give that kind of information, or you may not be able to, but I think at least giving that answer would be nice. Okay, let's go to the home page. Let's start here. And basically, this is not, even though the things I said before sounded like the be-all, end-all, this is not the be-all, end-all. I am the god of conversion funnel analysis, though I kind of wish I would, because then my business would be booming. But the idea here is to give you thoughts for how you can A/B test, how you can iterate, things that you might want to do when you're doing your MVT testing. And hopefully these ideas are so good and the delivery is so convincing and entertaining that you're like, oh my God, Clever Zebo, we want to hire you to help us get our conversion funnel to be 17 million times better. And we're going to be like, sure, though we're not going to commit to 17 million times, but we will commit to improving things. Okay, a few things. First of all, right off the bat, drive engagement, acquire traffic, and I guess it makes sense, right? So the reason you're bifurcating is that there are people who want to drive engagement, and there are people who, and drive engagement, you really mean monetize, right? Like CNN and Forbes, or Rolling Stone, Time, Fast Company, they want to monetize. So actually the drive engagement part, it's yeah, I know that's your brand term. I don't know if you're even allowed to, you guys in the acquisition team, if you're even allowed to change these words, but it might be interesting to at least test something that had more to do with monetize, and some variation of the word. But my first big comment, these buttons are so little. Why do we have such little, teeny, little buttons? Can't we make them bigger? Can we test them? That'd be cool. And, the other thing is, have you tested just having one main call to action on the homepage Because at the end of the day, like, what do we really want people to do? Like, we want them to install the widget. Well, and I guess we want them to buy our stuff. I don't know, could we just choose one and test it and then see if we were to try to make people actually search for the other, if they would find it or not? Just a little itty bitty test. Just curious what the user behavior would be, especially if there's one that's more important than the other. But major point here is, can we please test larger buttons, larger, and when I mouse over, like some more dramatic colors. Okay, the next thing is that you show CNN, Fast Company, Rolling Stone, Time. I mean, you guys are totally crushing it. You have all the big guys integrating you. Shouldn't there be some kind of call to, maybe not call to action, but couldn't there be something that just sort of explains that you can use this tool to monetize your site as well, or you can show up on this site? I mean, it's nice, that there's CNN, Fast Company. I think the mindset is like, hey, don't these brands speak for themselves? You're probably right when you say that. I'm just saying that, maybe we could test giving some kind of explanation. It's worth a test, right? Oh, wanted to show you something. So it's cool that we have the little telephone up here, but I can't click it, and I can select this thing, but then it disappears on me, and it's kind of difficult to use. So basically you're assuming that I'm gonna go use my phone and press things on my phone. The reality for me is that I actually I use click to call. I'd be happy for Skype to dial with my interface, and contact us is fine. It takes us to another page. I might say, by the way, that we might want to test getting this whole form on the page. We have all of this stuff in this huge header bar, which I'll talk about in a little while, because I think there's lots of stuff we can do there. But, it might be nice to go and get the forum above. Maybe if you guys don't want to lose the header, maybe we could just go and put our contact information in there, something like that. But all right, sorry. And by the way, I really apologize if I'm stepping on anyone's toes or offending. I don't mean to. This is just me giving you a bunch of free ideas to prove that, I don't know, maybe we're kind of smart, and if we can be of help, that would be great, because we love you guys. So a few other things. You talk about engage your audience and amplify your content, and you say learn more. Okay, so let's click here, learn more. And now I see that I can engage my audience. Again, man, I'd love to go and do something up here. I don't even know what it is. What happens if I click video? I see a video. If I click mobile, I guess you're showing me different devices. It's not really clear what the difference is between these products, so I think it'd be nice if we could find a way maybe to explain that. This, by the way, is where I think we could use this bar up here a lot better. Why don't we test actually, if we're on the main screen, we have an image that shows the main screen, much as we do on this first page. We have an image, boom, CNN. So why don't we do the same thing here? And then we could see the mobile, and then we could see the video. I know you're doing it down here, but it might be interesting if it were going on here. So now you say get started now. Click get started now, and whoa. So first of all, there's a little spinny wheel that pops this window. But it's kind of surprising that that for a call to action, get started now, I'm shown a contact us window. So I know from searching around your site that you really think about your audience in two forms. One is the smaller businesses who are going to use the self-serve tool, and then there are larger businesses or agencies that are going to have a relationship with you by phone. But it was sort of jarring to me that the call to action is get started now. So why don't we at least test that initial call to action, right? So it could be get discovered now, or engage now, or talk to us now. So I'd love to just do some testing on this button to see which works better. And I guess it's fine if we want to test this form, but I'd really like to do a destination test where we A/B test contact us versus the call to action that's elsewhere. And that's the other thing here, is that it's it's get started now, and there's really nowhere on the page where it's really obvious that this is how I get into this self-serve tool. I'd love for there to be some big ass button that's this is the use the self-serve tool button, because honestly, a lot of smart people at big companies people are at a point where they're used to doing things themselves. It's actually it can be a lot faster, and I'd love to see an experience where you get me right into the tool. And if I'm a big guy and I want some personal attention, I'm going to call. I also know if I'm a big guy that you're probably looking at my email address anyway, and you're going to reach out because you think I have deep pockets. But I'd love to see up here, we have login or register, and register is so teeny. It's just these little white letters and it's so teeny. Like, why don't we have some kind of Outbrain, get into the self-service tool iconography or image that gets us to know that, oh yeah, this is what gets me into the self-service tool. Okay, let's go back to the home page. Let's scroll back down, and you talk about how now it's your turn and it's a link. That gets me to the contact page. And I'll tell you, it might be interesting if now it's your turn were to bring me to some kind of little infographic or image that would actually show me how it's my turn. And it's kind of, I would say it's sort of a value statement where you walk me through the steps and then you show me, and it could even be, I was thinking that it could be a Prezi. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Prezi and what they're doing, but super cool stuff. And you could basically bring me through a sort of interactive little journey where I can see how Outbrain is actually going to give me as a top brand and publisher turn to do something. So basically, don't just bring me right to that form, like, okay, they're going to go and find the contact form, maybe, possibly, but let's test bringing them to something that's a visual journey. Love the Allstate quotation, and it looks like I can see others. I didn't actually know that at first, because usually how my brain works is that these two little buttons would be below, that I would think that I'd look for the next thing below because my eye is scanning downward. So again, let's just test it. If we put these two arrows right below, are we more likely to see other people's quotations? By the way, there are only two here, and I know that there are millions of people out there who love Outbrain. I mean, I just wrote a case study, so I'm wondering why we don't have more of those guys here. Okay, I think that's it for here. I notice you have the headline, Unlock the Power of Total Discovery. So I feel like a lot of things with you guys are brand statements, and it probably makes sense. And correct me if I'm wrong, but to me that sounds like a brand statement, unlock the power of total discovery. It's not really explaining what the action is you want me to take. Like, what you want me to do is you want me to either install the Outbrain widget, or you want me to acquire traffic. And so I wonder if we could use a statement that either is just descriptive of one of those two, or it could be something like, get total discovery for my business. All right, that's not a good example. This is a conceptual statement alert. I'd like to try something that's less of a brand statement and more of just a really practical example. Let me show you an example of someone who I like their statement a lot. Let's go to mbounce.com. And so, they do such a good job on their initial statement. They say, build, publish, and A/B test landing pages without IT. And it's like, whoa, that is super descriptive of what you guys do. I'm not saying you have to get rid of this, what I'm calling brand statement forever, but why don't we try and just test something that's more along the lines of what our buddies over at Unbounce are doing. Okay, cool. Let's go over to acquire traffic. Now we have this whole get started now. But interestingly, get started now is bringing me to a different place. It's actually letting me choose I'm new or I already have an Outbrain account, and this is where I'm going to the self-service tool. So what it's making me realize is that we should be A/B testing this on all of the calls to action, and I think there might even be a C test. And I think the C test is rather than just I'm new or I already have an Outbrain account, because this is for the self-serve tool. What if the left side were if they're a large company, or the right side, what if they're a large company and they want to speak to someone, and let's just say the left side, one side, oh my God, this is very difficult to talk about things and not actually be showing you with my hands. Possible note for doing these in the future. But it'd be great if these were maybe vertically stacked, and there was the other guy. By the way, another thing is, why can't I just log in with my LinkedIn account? I mean, this is a professional tool. I bet you if we were to A/B test allowing a LinkedIn login or a Google login, but we could just do LinkedIn, right? Because a lot of, like, we're trying to, when you think about Outbrain and the brand and what you guys are trying to do, you're trying to reach professionals, you're trying to reach people who are at large companies and have budgets or have power over the world of people who see things. And aren't they on LinkedIn? Like, isn't that where they want to be seen? So why don't we A, B, C, D, LMNOP test a LinkedIn login? Let's go backward, and I come down here. And so I love this thing. I actually really like this guest started and from around the web. And that image, I'm wondering, could we use that on the homepage somewhere? That's kind of like what I was talking about here, where, and maybe that design, maybe it's not the exact design and we want to be careful with the design aesthetic, but wouldn't it be cool if we were to use some kind of language that we're really pointing out, like, hello, New York Times, hello, Wall Street Journal, this can be you, or hello, Sephora, or hello, Babies R Us, this can be you here. Okay, back at Amplify, and, oh, right. Okay, lost my thought there. I know, wanted to go to intro video, here it pops, but why isn't it auto starting? I want you to auto start. Sorry, I know I'm doing whiny voice and I just had a little pause, but like, you shouldn't have me press play. Why don't, if someone sees this little intro video and we can click, by the way, I do believe when I was on the home page and I clicked intro video, I saw a different preview image. Is this, wow, is this the, maybe this is the YouTube video? Huh, it's a different video. Or is it the same video, different platform? So that might just be a video discovery strategy. And if it is, like, I'm impressed and would love to hear from you guys how that works. Are you A/B testing? Oh my God. If you were A/B testing and you had, say, Wistia installed and were doing video analytics and you were seeing which of those two videos gets people farther through, that'd be super sweet. Come to What's Outbrain, scroll down, looking good, and now I get down to Outbrain by the numbers. And I just love Outbrain by the numbers. There's something about that that's so powerful. I'm curious, have you tested this further up on this page or any page? I mean, we go to like Outbrain, and why don't we have Outbrain by the numbers here? Like, isn't that kind of a powerful statement when people think about how prevalent Outbrain has become? So just another thought. I just realized that when I click on register, that's bringing me to a register only screen. Why are login and register not just the same screen where we have both options? Because it's kind of confusing, right? Isn't one of the things that we learn in Conversion University, which I guess maybe there is, I haven't actually been to, and I don't know, if there's someone out there who's listening to this who's part of Conversion University, it'd be awesome if you were to let me teach a course. But why don't we try combining login and register into one button? Again, I already made my LinkedIn sign up point. Okay, so come back, and now let's go to the blog, and I think I'm just about done here. Again, oh my God, this header, it's just enormous. All my content, it's all the way down. Literally, I only right now, I have one blog post up top, and then I have a second that's sort of, and it's We Beat Homelessness Together, which kind of looks like We Beat Homeless Together. That's fine though, it's good. I'm really glad you guys are doing it. It's great work. My point here is, and this might not even, it would be great if this were a test, but can we get some more content on this page? Because really I'm only getting one piece of blog content, and then I'm getting the sales pitch over here. So I think we could use some better, we could possibly use the space a little bit better. But I love your guys' content. I think you're doing an awesome job. And to be honest, I love you at Outbrain. I love the design. I think that there's lots of beautiful white space when we sort of ignore what was going on up here. And there's lots of great imagery. You guys are just, you're super smart and you've been doing an incredible job. So that's what I have for you. Oh, I know what I had to do. I'm going to keep talking for a second, and hopefully you're going to stick with me because I want to show you the mobile site. There was something I wanted to show you there. All right, let me pull over. Okay, there you go. Now you have my mobile site. It's up on my phone, and we can see it moving. Hey, so one thing you should notice is that it's really, really tight on this page. It's not a mobile optimized site, or you're probably aware of this, but everything just looks really squished and small. I would love it if things were to get bigger and if we were really to go and focus on what's the main call to action. It seems like on a mobile device, they're probably not going to use the self-serve tool. So I would think that on the mobile device, we'd actually probably want to get them to call or to fill out a form to learn more, at least to collect their email address. So I think the big drive here, oh, that was another point I wanted to make. I'm so glad I remembered. Have you guys ever tried just doing a sign-up form right there on the homepage or other internal pages? I mean, it could just be a few form fields. It could just be name, company, phone, email. And it could be for all sorts of things. We could test it. It could be maybe they're going to sign up for for a content marketing track, or maybe they're going to get the trial, or maybe they're going to speak to a sales rep. But it would be great to actually test a form right there so that or let's just let them log into the self-serve tool like right away. Put a LinkedIn button like right there on the homepage. Like, oh my God. Okay, cool. So my point is that now in this view, it's a little bit better. This is a little less squished, but it'd be nice if we just had more room on the margins. I mean, look at my margins here. I have no room. I don't know if this is much of a test. That's more of just a design comment, and I'm really sorry, like all designers at Outbrain. You're way better at design than ever I could possibly hope to be. Just wanted to point out a couple of quick usability things that I was noticing. So now it's my turn. I see that there's just contact us on the page, and I'm contacting you by sending us this video, but it'd be so sweet on your mobile site if we were to actually see some more useful information right away. Let me do the orientation. Here I go. When I'm in the full view, I do get the page, but I have to scroll over to see the end of the form field. It just looks cut off. It doesn't look like this is the mobile site of a company that's about to do $1 billion IPO. Okay, this is Josh. Outbrain, you have been Zebo'd. I love you guys. Big love. Hope there's no offense. You're doing a great job. And if ever we can help you with anything, you know where to reach us. @CleverZebo.